Hey, this is Pamela Schneider. I'm the retail editor for Blue Book Services, and this is the Produce Reporter Week in Review. Greg, I'm still not in Texas.
No,
I'm in heaven right now.
yeah, is that a cheese store behind you?
It is a cheese store. My friend lives right next to one in a cute little Swiss house. So yes, I'm pretty much in heaven with all the Swiss and all of the cheese and all of the store checking. I've been having an awesome time in what would have been my trip for Fruit Logistica. I decided to go ahead and come anyway. And I store checked across Germany, and then we stopped in Austria on the way here. Somewhere in Austria, I wasn't sure where we were, in the prettiest Interspar I have ever seen. And then here in Zurich, I went to a couple of the largest retailers that they have in Switzerland, Migros and Co-op, and then a couple of other, like I went to a discount store, and then the Whole Foods version of Migros. I hit that today when I was downtown getting my COVID test to come home, because I gotta come home. And I've heard that the avocado world is on fire. What is happening?
Well, over in Europe, I suppose you can still get Mexican avocados, but you cannot get them pretty soon in the United States. You can right now. At least
until all the supplies run out.
Right. Yeah. They're in the supply chain now. So last weekend, the United States announced that they were cutting off Mexican avocados because of threats to inspectors there. And basically, we've had an update story every day. Today's update is that the Mexican government officials are working with US officials, and they acknowledge the importance of prioritizing security. And earlier this week, I had a one-on-one with Tom Stenzel at IFPA, formerly the CEO of United Fresh, and he told me a few things, clearing up some misperceptions. One of which is that the officials in Mexico who work for USDA, in my mind, I had it that they're Americans who go there and do inspections. He said they're almost all Mexican citizens who contract with USDA. So even though it definitely affects the United States, and the State Department is handling the security issues, not USDA, it's still a huge problem with Mexico. So they have a big incentive to get this fixed, because it's a multi-billion-dollar business.
Yeah, it's a little scary to think that 90% of the avocados that we eat in the US come from Mexico, and that pipeline is closed right now. So supply chain wise, we'll have some for a couple of weeks, but you're not going to be able to get that scoop on your Chipotle burrito here pretty soon if they don't fix this. But still, we're just, from what we're hearing from the updates, there's progress, but not any kind of, hey, this is when things are going to come back to normal.
No, there's no hint about when it will come back to normal, but basically both sides are losing hugely with this issue. So it's hard to find who the winners would be, even the accusation by the Mexican president, who should not have said this, insinuating that there might be other issues involved, economic and competitive. California doesn't have enough avocados to meet the demand in the US, and they're available. Their season really starts in a couple of months. So this is not protectionist whatsoever.
No, are Chile and Peru even a factor right now for the American market? I see lots of avocados here in Europe, more than I saw 2 years ago, way more than I saw 8 years ago. The market has definitely grown, but there's no way that this could absorb even close to what we've got from Mexico. And the American market is by far the hungriest market for avocados. So there's plenty of people eating avocados in America. So this is if they don't fix this, this is going to be a problem.
It started last Saturday, so we're closing in on a week, and I don't know if it's more than a week. There's definitely going to be a gap, and the longer it goes, the bigger the gap will be, because there's a certain amount that the supply chain can work around. I guess it's kind of predatory for retailers to raise prices on the avocado stock that they have, but that's the way the market works. Supply is coming down.
it's not exactly like we're in a hurricane situation and they'd be price gouging on bottled water. Avocados are not exactly as essential as bottled water, although in my household it feels like it. So this is kind of an alarming situation. Hopefully we see some progress over the weekends. I don't know. Let's get some good news early in the week, hopefully.
So did your family do a little avocado panic buy in your absence?
Yes. You know, you can see if you had watched my avocado tips that I published shortly before the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, evergreen content, great information. You can keep avocados in the fridge for a very long time, especially, you know, just on the cusp of ripeness. You know, you can keep them for weeks. So I'm set for a couple of weeks, and I'm sure that those of us who are also heavy avocado consumers have our little stockpile. But you know, casual avocado shoppers, you know, a certain number of people just are going to skip their toast or whatever else they're eating in the next couple of weeks and wait for the supplies to come back. Restaurants, though, restaurants is where I see a huge issue because it's integral to so many menus. And we're not just talking about Tex-Mex menus. We're talking about mainstream restaurants definitely have avocados built into their menus. And there was a whole lot of work on behalf of the promotion organizations to do that, and to just yoink them off the menu while we're dealing with this causes some headaches for sure.
Well, if it's short term, I think consumers will understand. And if it goes any longer than that, they'll be like, what the heck's going on?
Yeah,
So
yeah. We remember
that's
a
why
couple of
it's
years
so
ago
important.
they had some supply disruptions a few years ago when I believe there was a blockade or a strike or something like that among workers, and I don't remember the bump being too difficult to manage. So hopefully it's another situation like that. Well, what else we got to talk about besides cheese and avocados?
Yeah, well, I guess you got to wrap up and get back to the US. And pretty much after you get home, the event season starts to pick up because we're only a couple weeks from SCPC. Viva Fresh is the next month, and all these other events across the country. It's I dare I say it might start feeling a little bit normal.
Hopefully, we'll see, and I'm looking forward to getting back to it. And this was a kickoff for me. I kind of really just wanted to get out on the road and see some stores. And mission accomplished. It was great, but I can't wait to get out and see people from the industry. And I'm sure you're the same. Can't wait to get out there and see some people face to face. So, looking forward to kicking off the travel season.
Yep, that's right around the corner.
All right, well, that's it for the Produce Reporter Weekend Review. If you are not getting the Produce Reporter newsletter twice a day, you need to go to producebluebook.com and sign up. Oh, auf Wiedersehen. What do you got? Oh, green bananas. What happened? How long have you had those now? A week and a half?
10 days.
One of our banana experts needs to consult you on how to mitigate this problem. You put it in a bag with an apple or something. Is that going to help?
I don't know. I don't know what you do with bananas that won't ripen. I know pretty much every other fruit.
Well, I've had some that one time were green and speckled at the same time. So maybe you try one and see if it's actually ripe in there. Don't know.
One of the kids tried one because there's one missing and couldn't get the peel off.
All right.
So that's not going to work.